Welcome back, guys. Today we're going to talk about being brave, being courageous, being rebellious, all for not wearing makeup. Before I get into that, like, subscribe, share, and all that good stuff. No Makeup Needed is a beauty and lifestyle channel where I give you guys tips and tricks on how to be your most fabulous self, hopefully inspiring you to embrace your natural beauty without filters, fillers, Photoshop, and of course, makeup. Pamela Anderson Lee went to Fashion Week and she was deemed courageous, bold, and even a hero by her close friend, Jamie Lee Curtis. Now, I've heard this before, people talking about going makeup free as brave and rebellious. Individuals are even calling it a no makeup trend. When on earth did it become a trend to just show what you really look like? It is so bizarre to me. And there's so many little facets I want to hit in this video. And I want you guys to chime in the comments, whatever your experience is. I know this is a topic that is extremely triggering because it hits deeper than the makeup. It hits to self-esteem, worth, culture, all sorts of things that would imply that you needed to put it on anyway. I remember many years ago, probably over 15 years ago, someone asked me, what made you go natural? And I was just like, I was so shocked at the question because it's kind of the same thing with the makeup conversation. It's like, that's the wrong question. The question should be to others of, why are you altering your hair? Why are you straightening out your hair? Why would you ask me why I'm wearing the hair that naturally grows out of my head? Like, for me, it's completely, absolutely bizarre why someone would ask me that. And I don't even remember my response. I think that was my response. Like, I think you're asking me the wrong question. Why don't you ask others? Or I think you're talking to the wrong person. Why don't you ask someone who has a relaxer why they're doing that? And now that's going to be a whole conversation. That's going to be a very deep conversation. And probably one people don't want to get into anyway. Oh, I like different styles. I like to switch it up. It's going to be all this fluff that people do. And maybe there are a few individuals who are out there who want to switch it up and this, that, and the other. But for the most part, we know that the root of people who spend an hour a day on their face, changing their features, contouring, it does not relate to wanting to just switch it up and, you know, express your personality. Okay, so because this isn't a channel, I don't want to gloss over anything, and I'm going to come with my experiences growing up, and you could come with yours, right? But what we're not going to do is sit here and BS, you know, in the comment section. So when I grew up, like I explained in my video, how I dodged colorism as a dark-skinned girl, I grew up with a father who was very pro-black. I mean, like on the extreme side, guys, on the extreme side. And while I did not appreciate it when I was little, because I just heard it constantly, as an adult, I appreciate it now because I recognize that because of him and others, I will talk about my mom in a minute, that I had a whole different viewpoint, a whole different vantage point of how I directed my life and what I paid attention to, what I didn't pay attention to. So because of that, all the other little conversations that other people were having, my focus wasn't even on that at all, okay? So when we're talking about makeup, my mother didn't even wear makeup to her wedding. I never seen her with it on in my life. And my mother's 81 years old now. I have never seen any of my siblings wear it either. Maybe in high school, I had an experience with makeup that wasn't very heavy. You know, I'll have pictures of when I was younger with like a lipstick on. My first experiment was at 12 years old. I remember because I have a picture of me with a green eyeliner. So that was big. I was born in 1975. So back in the 80s, early 80s and stuff, we, you know, had different colors and things like that, like green or blue or purple makeup eyeliner or even the lipstick. We had mood lipstick and all this different stuff. So we experimented. Yeah, sure. It was like, oh, this is fun. I don't remember anybody trying to contour their nose. Like that wasn't the thing back then, or trying to fix something like, oh, does this make maybe they were, I don't know. I didn't have that conversation. So in the Black community, I don't think makeup is like a big part of it, unless like, I don't know, I see church ladies wearing a ton of makeup, but they're also dressed up and things like that. And so when I went to school, the young girls wearing makeup was like shocking. There was a girl who had eyeliner when we were in 9th grade. She came to school with eyeliner. It looked fine. Wasn't nothing wrong with it. She got, shouted out by somebody. Oh, she thinks she grown. She wearing makeup. And it like spread around. We were all like, oh, what is this? She got eyeliner on. So it was kind of like a diss. It wasn't like, ooh, you know what I'm saying? People were like, oh, that's so cute. There were a couple of girls who always wore like a cute lipstick, and that was it. They just put it on. I had a couple of friends who did that. And then like when I got in high school, if we went out somewhere, I don't know, those parties, sometimes they have at like different community centers and things like that. I would find some Wet n Wild. That's what we had. Wet n Wild. It was 99 cents. And we would wear like a red or something, whatever. And it was fun and it was cute and it wasn't no big deal. It wasn't attached to who I was as a person. Watching my mom just get up and like fix herself nice and do work around the house because she was a housewife. My father preaching a lot, did something to me, but also for her, just not saying anything and not being that little girl who watches your mom put on makeup or put on the wig or do this whole dance in the morning. That taught me like my face is okay, because what she had was perfectly fine. She wasn't trying to alter it in any way. She wasn't putting anything on. And that taught me something too. Now, I saw a celebrity with a 4-year-old daughter in a video and she's putting on makeup and the little girl knew how to do it. So she must watch her all the time. And she said something that kind of put me off because I know that's not really the conversation behind the scenes. She's like, now we're just enhancing our beauty because you're so pretty already. And I'm thinking like, let's just stop there. What is this with this enhancing stuff? Like, if what you see in the mirror is perfectly fine, why do you need to add to it? Like, what are you really doing? And I don't think people are having these conversations with themselves. So they're definitely not going to go on YouTube and have this conversation. I think it triggers something in them. I don't believe that the majority of people who wear makeup every day are satisfied with how they look. I don't believe it. And I don't believe it because we're calling it a no makeup movement. Everything is like no makeup trend. And not only that, there's so many videos. There's one I watched that was really disturbing, where there was a woman with no makeup and the other one with it, saying that you shouldn't come out the house like that. It's unprofessional. You're not going to get what you want in life. And, I do believe, and I do have a video on how to look better, make yourself better, lose weight, wear better fitting clothes and things like that. I don't believe, now I've gotten everything I wanted without makeup, by the way, everything I wanted without makeup. I used to, when I was dating, no makeup, I went to college with no makeup, I got into the model industry and was booking jobs, still is, with no makeup, showed right up to the casting like this. And everywhere I go, no makeup. So I don't even think about it. It's not like, ooh, let me go and do this, that, and the other. No, I just show up. I wear a nice dress. I put on my nice outfits and I show up. And I haven't had a complaint yet in 48 years. So I know that I can get what I want as is. And if somehow in your life you have felt, or maybe a parent has said something, I've seen parents like, come and put a little blush on. I did a video about not wanting to be younger. In that video where I talked about working with these teenagers, one woman's mom, one young lady's mom was like, come, you need some color on your lips. And I just was like this, oh, wow. And she pulled it to the side and put on some pink lip color. And I was like, oh, wow, that's the conversation that she has with her daughter. So that's already a seed planting. Imagine how she goes out into the world. You need color on your lips. For what? For what? Like the girl was having fun, just minding her business on set, doing what the director said. And mom thought, Not the director telling the makeup artist, like, put a little color. She thought she wasn't good enough without some color on her lips. You know, it's just these little things. But I don't even know if people are ready to have this without getting triggered. Oh, no. There was somebody in my comments, don't let this lady convince you not to wear makeup. I'm like, who are you? Like, first of all, you're on my page, so it must be something you want from me. I don't care who you are, first of all. I don't care who you are. If my videos resonate with you, take whatever I give you and go on about your business. I'm not trying to tell people not to wear. I don't know you, okay? But if you are feeling like you have to alter yourself, why can't that just be a conversation with you and you? You know, I read the comments under a lot of videos of, you know, people saying, oh, I went 2 weeks without makeup, a month without makeup, a day without makeup. And a lot of people opened up and was like, oh, you know, I don't really like my face. I wore it and then I was scared to take it off. You know, I got used to the makeup and now I think I'm unattractive, or I don't believe that I'm desirable. There was all these real conversations that I worry about with women. You know, when I was 20, I had a 40-year-old friend. We used to go clubbing and I spent a night at her house. Honey, in the middle of the night when I got up to pee and I saw her with no makeup, I was like, no, that's not real. It can't be. I was like, oh my goodness. And she was like, what? I don't have my makeup on. And I was like, what is this? Like, what is happening? Like, the transformation was so grave. And it wasn't like she was, you know, made up like a drag queen or anything. It was natural the way she did her makeup every day. It took like an hour and a half, but I guess natural probably takes longer than the glam. I've heard a lot of people say that, but it was such a drastic difference with her eyes and her, like, the way she looked. I was like, oh, this is what's going on, you know? And I guess she didn't feel, that wasn't the face that she felt good enough presenting to the world or to her husband or to whomever. Even on The View, I think Sunny said that she goes to sleep with a little blush on. And I'm like, who's that for? Like, what's going on? Do you know, like, I want to know the psychology. And what's damaging is when you take it off. That's what I'm worried about. When you take it off, when you're finally with that guy and the wig has to come off and the makeup has to come off, what do you do? Like, what's going on in here? This is my concern. It's not the exterior stuff. It's like, what are you telling? What story are you telling yourself? You know, I think Lonnie Love said it on The View once. She was like, oh, you know, I wanted to ease my boyfriend into it, kind of take the wig off first and then maybe one eyelash. Like, he finally got to see what she looked like after like so long. And I'm like, that's a problem that I have with it. So am I brave? Am I courageous? Am I rebellious for coming on camera and going out into the world like this and happy that, you know, people are seeing what my face looks like, and when you see me out on the street, I'm recognizable. You're like, oh yeah, that's her. You know, you're not confused. Like, wait, you know, am I a hero for just having my regular face? Like, this is what it is. This is what it is. And I want you guys to comment below what you think about that without getting triggered. Like, if you are one of those people who cannot have a real conversation and you cannot deal with yourself, or you have not gotten the mirror, you haven't had this conversation, like, do that first. Just don't come in the comments triggered and be like, oh, I'm still good. Like, I don't care if you wear makeup. Like, it's not personal to me. And for people who want to say something about my looks, honey, I've been in the public eye for so long, and I'm not talking about YouTube. I mean off YouTube. I've been working in the public eye, you know, since right out of college. So I've heard it all. I'm not triggered by people I don't know their commentary. It's not a big deal. It's not my first rodeo. So if somebody thinks that they can get me upset in the comments, honey, you please. Anyway, like, subscribe, share, and all that good stuff. I'll see you guys in my next video. Mwah.